Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack, and I am extremely excited to be bringing you the final matchup in this month's July Alt Tournament, Alt July 2011. We are going to be starting this best of 7 matchup on Dual Site. I love this map. I think it is a phenomenal tournament map. We are going to be watching DarkChiGo spawning on the right side of the map as the green Protoss, and Oneshot going to be spawning as the red Terran on the left. Oneshot is a master level player, high master that is. A lot of the time he is in the top 8, so a phenomenal player we have found in Oneshot. He hangs out quite a bit. DarkChiGo is in the Diamond League, so done a very good job making it this far in the tournament. However, he has got a lot of buys, and it's been tough to get him in actual matches. So he's been fairly lucky, but as we have seen in some of the games that we have got to see, he is a phenomenal player as well. Has some very, very interesting strategy that I wouldn't necessarily think would be a good strategy or work potentially. So very interesting stuff that he has got for us. Interested to see where we're going to be going. Now a little bit about this map, Dual Site. We do have these Xel'Naga towers that look like, what do you call them, gateways, as you can see here. Fun looking towers. And there is a fairly easy expand here to take. It pushes you out towards your opponent just a little bit, but it's fairly easy to defend. There's a choke here, and then a wider choke here, so you can kind of position your army in this position here and be able to guard your expansion fairly well from those two ground direction as well as from the air direction, which would be in the back as usual. Oneshot not going to be walling off. Of course, he is playing against a Protoss player. And so down goes his refinery. His barracks is about to finish as well, and at the same time he is scouting his opponent. He is going to see that the simulator will be going up. Gateway is going to be completing here in just a moment. We imagine, as usual, playing as Protoss, that we are going to see a cybernetics core second. We will see if that is the case here in just a moment. There goes the cyber core. And a zealot on the way as well. In production, we do have orbital command started here for Oneshot. Oh, completed rather. Just now getting finished, and there goes the first mule. And we do have another barracks on the field right now as well. Reactor for this barracks going to be going down, so it looks like we might see a Marine Marauder timing push potentially. We'll see if that's the case. He's going to need to get, well, it might be all Marines. I guess we don't know at this point. We do need to see a reactor first. Chrono boosting out his warp gate tech and a stalker, so nice play here, it looks like, by DarkChiGo. Going to be gearing up for some defense should he need it early in the game. If there is a fast Marine Marauder push, we are indeed going to probably see some Marauders here. We do have this tech lab going down for Oneshot. Nice base set up here so far by Oneshot. He's got quite a bit of vision of his base, so not bad there. That is definitely what we want to see. And look at this, DarkChiGo going to be taking an expansion here. 4 minutes and 45 seconds or thereabouts. And slightly supply blocked here. And is he creating a... needs a pylon desperately. He is supply blocked something fierce. What the gateway is going on here? We need to see some pylons. There we go. Pylons are super effective at keeping you from being supply blocked. So, yeah, good stuff. Definitely want to see those as often as possible. But DarkChiGo being supply blocked there for just a little longer. I think maybe he thought that he had tossed down a pylon when he actually didn't, and that is definitely going to hurt him, especially because Oneshot is cruising out across the map here with a pretty significant force. He has spent some minerals on this nexus. And DarkChiGo going to be in a little bit of trouble here for just a second. Having to pull probes here to defend. Oneshot going to be very, very pesky, wanting to get the snipe on this nexus. Don't blame him there. He knew that his opponent would probably be able to get some sentries up, so he's not going to try and rush up the ramp with this force. I think this is a very, very wise move. But he will be engaging the army on the low ground, so nicely done there by Oneshot. Phenomenal player, this guy. DarkChiGo still trying to maintain his high ground advantage. I do not blame him there, but it looks like Oneshot just going to be kiting like crazy and doing a phenomenal amount of damage. All of these units just going down, and Oneshot starting to stream some units over here. He's starting to feel pretty confident in this attack. Oh, looks like DarkChiGo is finally going to be able to hold this off. Lots of reinforcements coming in here. So pretty decent shape, but behind this, Oneshot has taken an expand of his own. He put it down exactly where he wants it, so no flight time there. And DarkChiGo has had to commit a lot of resources to defense. Let's take a look at the units tab and see what we're talking about. DarkChiGo now behind in the economy. That whole time Oneshot has been on top of his SCV production, transferring quite a few SCVs down here to his expand. That was a very, very effective attack there. He did not get the snipe on that Nexus, but he did do a lot of damage to DarkChiGo economically by forcing him to commit all of his resources to defense, as well as units lost. As we can see here, he did 1,050 resources worth of units lost there, so not bad at all. Of course, he did lose just about as many, so the only real advantage he gained there was the economic. Units tab is going to show that he is still maintaining that. He does have his mules as well as more SCVs, so phenomenal play so far from Oneshot. We do have Stimpak going down for him as well. There it is. And a reactor going down on a factory. Interesting play here. Looks like he is going to be switching that starport to this reactor here in just a moment, and that will give him the medevacs that he needs to either do some drops or keep his army healed. See what he's got in store for us there. Oneshot, oh man, we've seen so many games from him. He has been such a great support to what we're trying to accomplish here at Alt StarCraft with our tournaments. He hangs out all the time, is always playing games, and just being a great support. And it has been so much fun to see him take down several wins and make a decent amount of money. Look at this. He's not going to be using this factory at all. Not going to be going mech play at all here, it looks like. Going to be flying this sucker out for some scouting. But Oneshot does have a substantial army here. DarkChiGo has got one as well, and a lot of sentries in this army. In fact, this is probably too sentry heavy if you ask me. Uh-oh. He did not really scout the movement, so he may think, but since he does not see the army here, he's probably going to half expect that. We do have a forward pylon going down here for DarkChiGo. Looks like he is going to be committing to an attack here in just a moment. Going to try and make some damage happen. Let's take a look at units tab here real quick before we get into that. The economic favor still in Oneshot. So pretty solid stuff there. He's got some bunkers going down here for defense. But here comes the attack from DarkChiGo. Is he going to be able to make this stick? I wonder. It's going to come down to some force fields. Nice split there of the army. A lot of force field capability here. He's got plenty of sentries. So phenomenal job so far. Doing quite a bit of damage. And it looks as though Oneshot is going to be able to hold on here for just a moment or so longer, but a lot of reinforcing zealots coming in here right now. But, oh man, stimming out back. Nicely done. Good kiting there by Oneshot. DarkChiGo staying very aggressive here. Is he going to let this thing burn down? Here comes more zealots. This is exactly what he needs to keep pushing this attack. This bunker is indeed going to burn down, it looks like. And Oneshot having to do a lot of kiting to try and hold on here. Wow, is he going to be able to push this attack back? It looks like he may indeed be able to hold on here and coming out slightly ahead in the supply count. And staying on top of his probe production, the SCV production the entire time. Unbelievable play from Oneshot. This is what makes him a phenomenal master level player, is because during that whole attack he was doing an insane amount of micro, but also staying on top of his economy, really making a lot happen. And let's take a look at units tab. Look at that, up to 47 SCVs, 40 probes right now for DarkChiGo, so not a terrible position for a Protoss player to be in. However, units lost tab is going to show that DarkChiGo is indeed behind by nearly 2,000 minerals, resources lost rather. So I mean, it's definitely not going to make him happy. Let's put it that way. And behind that, Oneshot is going to be taking another expansion. Nicely placed arc here. He's going to be cruising out across the map, so now he's going to be able to set himself up in this position here defensively and here, so he can kind of spread his units out between these two chokes and potentially leave some back here. But looks like he is going to be cruising out, going to try and mount an attack with this force. It is fairly hefty. DarkChiGo has got okay defenses. It doesn't look like he's going to have much by the way of force field potential here. He's only got 2. Oh, now 4 sentries. So he is definitely going to need those sentries. Good force fields are definitely going to help him hold on here. But he might be at a severe disadvantage in this matchup. Here comes the attack right now from Oneshot. Good force fielding. But the flank attack from the back may slow this down. Lots of healing going down here. And a lot of units still alive for Oneshot. And so those force fields from DarkChiGo actually turning out to work against him. This forced him to have to engage that army. And now Oneshot cruising up into his main. This looks like it is going to be game. Oneshot pulling off a phenomenal feat there. Really, really nice counterattacking here. And he safely expanded behind it as well, so widening the gap even more. And it looks like DarkChiGo not going to be able to hold on at this point. But very, very well played on his part. Almost made that attack stick. That first attack was just well done, but I think it was just a little bit too sentry heavy. Just wasn't able to do the damage that he needed to, so that makes things a little bit tough. We do have DTs on the field right now, so that will be fairly helpful. These guys are going to be taking out reinforcements, but I just don't think it's going to be quite enough to take out this entire army here from Oneshot before he can snipe all of the unit producing structures here potentially. Just doing a great amount of damage. Let's take a look at what he's got under there. You can't hardly see his army because of those medevacs. They're so big. But yeah, I mean, these units are getting taken out by the DTs. Picked up there by the... But Oneshot, look, I mean, look at his army. It's humongous. He's got units all over the map, defense everywhere, cruising back into another, his defensive position. Except for these, he's leaving these guys on the field here for just a little while. There goes another Dark Shrine. It is being scouted here by Oneshot, so nicely done. These guys look like they have been misrallied. There they go. Now they're heading back for some defense. Are we going to see a Raven on the field? Is there any more starports, or does he just have the one? I cannot tell. There's one right there, but there is no tech lab on it. There's the tech lab. Probably going to be getting a Raven out to send in with his army. That will be super effective. We'll see if he's going to transition to any mech play at all. Where did his... There it is. There's his factory. So probably not. I guess he's still going to be sticking with his bio and air, which is not a bad choice really, but I don't know, sometimes when they go DTs and Archons and things like that, mech play can be fairly effective. We'll see what the case will be. DarkChiGo holding on here. I like his fighting spirit. This is really nice to see. He does have a couple Archons, a couple DTs in here. DarkChiGo giving the wink. And DarkChiGo doing a good job staying on top of his economy here. He's going to be taking this gold expand. As long as this does not get scouted and taken out too early, this could be just the thing he needs to get himself back in this matchup. No sense in retaking his main. There is almost not enough minerals here to make it worth it. So I think this is a wise choice here by DarkChiGo. Some upgrades might be in order. He did get armor level 1 out, so that will be fairly helpful. But behind this, I mean, Oneshot is massing up a very substantial army. They do have +1/+1. This may be the last push here of the game. DarkChiGo now going to have to start setting up defensively here and see if he can hold yet again. But let's see, where's the Raven? Is there a Raven? Does not appear to be a Raven. Let's see there. Oh, there's the Raven. So nicely done. It looks like DarkChiGo is indeed going to have a lot of trouble. There's the GG. Well played. Congratulations, Oneshot, taking game number 1. We will be going into game number 2. This is best of 7. But don't alt-tab. Always alt-StarCraft. We will see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We are headed into game number 2 in today's finals of the Alt July 2011 tournament. Fantastic. We are competing right now for a $250 prize pool, actually minus 50, so there's only $200 left. $125 will be going to the winner, $75 to the loser in today's matchup. We are in game 2. Oneshot is currently up 1 game to his opponent, DarkChiGo, and doing just a phenomenal job. Oneshot has played almost every single... He hasn't got any buys, I don't think, in this entire tournament. DarkChiGo has got several buys. So, but he is a phenomenal player as well. We've had him in some just for fun games, if you will, kind of between matches. So it's been nice to have him hanging out. He's been very, very nice to us that way. We appreciate that, and we have seen some phenomenal play from him as well. Great player here. He is a diamond level player, Oneshot a master, and high level master at that. So really, really great player. But we're going to see them battling it out here now on MLG Shakuris Plateau. So DarkChiGo down 1 game. In this game, I'd like to see... I mean, he likes to stick with his DT play, and I mean, I don't blame him. He can be very effective. I usually don't like to see players go DT versus Terran, mostly because it's so easy for Terran to call down a scanner sweep, or whatever you call it, you know, to spot those DTs. So usually DT harass doesn't go terribly well. Plus, they can just put down the missile turrets for detection, and it just sometimes seems like not a great unit choice against the Terran players. But it is what it is, and he has really done some phenomenal things with it. We'll see what he's going to do for us in this matchup. Maybe he'll do something slightly different. It looks like in that last game he kind of did it as a reaction, because he knew that he was about to be attacked, have a counterattack. And it was a good choice, I think, for defensive purposes, but tough to get back in that game after all of the damage that Oneshot was, the damage that Oneshot was doing. So, good stuff though. Let's take a look. I got to run out here real quick here for just a moment. My goodness. And take a look at the stuff online. Well, that's okay, actually. We'll figure it out later. I will go open up the stuff, however, though. But we better get back to this matchup here for just a moment. Twilight Council going down for DarkChiGo yet again, so he may be going for his DT play again. He's got some great skills with those DTs, man. I have to hand it to him there. That is phenomenal stuff. So pretty solid. No, we don't want to do that. There we go. Okay. But let's take a look at what we've got for Oneshot. He is going to be going for a fairly early starport. I am kind of half expecting to see some Cloak Banshee play here. He is on double gas, so this could be interesting stuff. Very, very excited for that. Blink going down. I like this. I like this play better than DT, to be honest. And we do have a robotics facility. I think this is a great choice. Getting out some immortals will really help him bust down a wall should he need to do that. It looks like he may. And he will also have a the ability to get sight. Is he going to be going for it right away? Yes, he is. There's the observer. So nicely done. If there are any cloaked banshees cruising out across the field, he will definitely be in a position to spot them. We do have banshees being built at this moment. Nicely done. But nice stuff. Scouted. There is a supply depot scouting this entire business, so he is going to have some trouble with that. But the cloaked banshee cruising out across the field. It's not good. The cloak is not complete yet, however, and this banshee is about to go down. Not going to be able to hold on here. Blink. Oh, and down it goes. Nice snipe there by Chigo. DarkChiGo. Phenomenal stuff, buddy. And he is about to mount an attack. In the back of this base, he has got stalkers to blink up onto the high ground and a pylon here. And he does have sight of the high ground with this observer, so this is phenomenal stuff. And look at that. As soon as he gets there, he is warping in units. And here comes the defense by Oneshot. Is he going to be able to defend here? Sniping the Raven, my goodness. Nice defense here by Oneshot. It looks like he is going to be able to hold on here for just a little while longer. There are, however, some reinforcements here from DarkChiGo. Is he going to be able to make the stick? That seems to be probably too many Marines. And blinking out of there, so nicely done. More stalkers here. Oh, tank getting sniped immediately. Nice play there by DarkChiGo. And DarkChiGo doing a phenomenal job getting in here, doing a lot of damage. Look at that. All of the SCVs having to be pulled here for defense. Cloak Banshee on the way. Oh, Tech Lab dying. Tech Lab about to die. Very expensive losses here for a Oneshot. This is just brutal. DarkChiGo doing a phenomenal job in this matchup right now. Looks as though he is probably going to be able to make this stick, I'm thinking. Tank. Do not siege the tank. My goodness. These stalkers being extremely difficult to deal with right now. Wow, Oneshot still holding on here. This is phenomenal play from both players. It looks like DarkChiGo still has the upper hand, but my goodness, Oneshot just will not die. He is one of those players that just knows his micro skills and just is able to pull things out that most people cannot. I mean, I could not do half of this stuff, not even a quarter of the stuff that he is doing, able to accomplish here. Just phenomenal play. Look at, I mean, how much damage he can really do with these, just a few Marines. Not bad play at all at this point. Hellions not going to be terribly effective at this point. Unfortunately, he is probably going to have to stick with these gateway units to really be super effective. Wow, this is non-stop action. We have not seen a match like this in a good long while. Nicely done there by DarkChiGo. This is good micro from both of these players. This is just wonderful play. But, I mean, who is going to win? Look at the supply counts. This is what cracks me up. We're 13, 14 minutes into this game almost, and the supply counts are both under 50. Non-stop action. These guys are just not able to keep that many units on the field because they are all dying too quickly. Non-stop action here. DarkChiGo now has got a severe upper hand. It looks like this is going to be lights out for Oneshot. I'm thinking that this is it, and there's the GG. Congratulations, DarkChiGo. That was a phenomenal win. We will be going into game number 3 here in just a moment. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-StarCraft. We'll see you in just a bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We are headed into Game 3 in this best of 7 today in the finals of the not Let It Ride. Jeez, I get everything confused. But we are going into Alt July today. This is the final matchup in best of 7 here, so tons and tons of fun. DarkChiGo taking that last win. It is now 1-1. These guys at each other's throat, battling it out to see who is going to get $75 or $125. So not bad prize pools there for first and second place. And this is the matchup that will determine it, so I am super, super excited. Oneshot wanting to play this game, or this match rather, on Icy Cup Test Bug. Beautiful, beautiful map. I really, really like the dynamic nature of this map. I love the center of this map. I think is probably one of the coolest centers of a map because of the humongous destructible rocks or debris around the Xel'Naga towers around the edges here. You can see those. They're humongous, and when you take them out, not only do you free up the Xel'Naga tower in the center for your use, but you also change the outlay of the entire center of the map. It can be extremely interesting to see how that plays out. However, let's get into the matchup here. DarkChiGo, our diamond level player, going to be spawning in the bottom left corner as the green Protoss. Oneshot going to be spawning as red Terran in the 3 o'clock position, and he is not going to be walling off. Of course, he is playing against a Protoss player, so it is not to be expected, that is for sure. Barracks, however, is going down here fairly quickly. Gateway going down here for DarkChiGo, probably going to see a standard opener from him. Going to see a gas go down, and then another pylon, and then a warp gate, or not, what do you call it? Cybernetics core. Goodness. Don't get old, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best advice I can give you. I know from experience that being old is not very much fun. It screws with your head, as you can very well see. But Barracks about to complete here. Oneshot going to be getting a single refinery. Marines going to be coming out to the field here in just a moment as well. Do have the gateway completed. There goes Cybernetics. And a Zealot. So pretty standard play here from DarkChiGo. He has hidden this probe in the back of his opponent's base. Sneaky, sneaky little guy. We'll see if he is going to get a proxy pylon in his opponent's base. That could be super interesting. We saw him doing a phenomenal job with that Blink Stalker play earlier. Looks like Oneshot not convinced that he has left. And misses him. Nope, he does not. He steps back in there. Down goes this poor little probe. No proxy pylon for you, buddy. But Oneshot getting plenty of scouting information in right now. A nice patrol pattern here. And Oneshot going to be chrono boosting out his warp gate tech and a second gas. It looks like he may be going for Blink Stalker here yet again. That play for him working extremely well in that last game. Concussive shells going down for Oneshot. That will be super effective. Alright, so the guys that are out there on the live stream, I want to see who you guys think is going to be winning game number 3 here. Alrighty, so Nexus here. Look at this. We do have a Stargate on the way. I love DarkChiGo, man. This guy is going for all sorts of different things. This is really quite fun to see. Chrono boosting out some Phoenix. This could be super interesting. And at the same time, Oneshot going to be cruising out across the field here. Is he going to push up this ramp? But pretty solid stuff. Nice defense here by DarkChiGo. It looks like Oneshot may have to back out here. It looks like he is going to stay here for just a moment. I don't think he's going to try and bust up this ramp, though, at this point. So, phenomenal play here thus far. Alright, let's go tell everybody real quick before we get ourselves in trouble. And we do have movement here from DarkChiGo. He is going to be cruising out across the field. He stopped production here at the Stargate. And here we go. We've got 3 Phoenix, though, on the field. These guys can be super pesky, that's for sure. Going to be getting some SCV snipes here and getting the army of Oneshot out of position here while he sets up at his front door. This is wonderful play. I love this. He's really using this more as a diversionary tactic than anything else. You can see this bunker. Oh my goodness! He got the cancel on that. Unbelievable. I mean, the refund or whatever you call it. That's amazing. He barely got that. Nicely done there by Oneshot. But look at these Phoenix, man. They're going to be super pesky. However, we are going to have a missile turret here in just a moment. Has he started any more production on there? No, he has not, and he is still on 3 gates. So if Oneshot holds on here, DarkChiGo might be in a little bit of trouble. Units tab is going to show that Oneshot is slightly ahead in the economy. So doing a great job there. And DarkChiGo going to have to figure out what he wants to do. He is not producing any units, not utilizing his chrono boost right now. And it looks like he is going to have to commit to an attack here. I think got to do some damage here at this point. Otherwise, he is going to probably start to fall behind. Oneshot is up to 31 SCVs right now. So if he holds off here, like I say, this is great. Great position for Oneshot to be in. Sending down a little scout there. Sacrificial SCV. Bunker going to be going down up here for defense. Not a bad idea. This is being scouted here right away by DarkChiGo, so I'm interested to see what DarkChiGo is going to do behind this. It looks like he is just going to use this as a contain, take and expand, and then set himself up for mid to late game, which we are essentially timing-wise, we're already heading into mid-game, but tech-wise we are not. So Oneshot, though, is prepared with his orbital command to fly out here. Oh, wow, they did not get the snipe on that. Nice control there by Oneshot, taking out that... oops, those guys. Well, bad control there, so it evened out. But good stuff. DarkChiGo just using this as a reason to expand safely. Nicely played here, I'd say. Let's take a look at units real quick. He is starting to catch up in the probe count. So this is good stuff. We are going to have to see Oneshot back out here eventually. He is just getting contained here, and that is not a fun situation to be in. Either that or maybe he could go for a drop. I wouldn't mind seeing that either, quite honestly. Drops would be nice. Siege Tech is going to be completed. That is going to break this line. There goes Siege Tech. Tank going down. Going to get off a couple shots here, it looks like. And DarkChiGo will be backing out. Units tab showing that Oneshot is up to 37 SCVs to his opponent's 31 probes. So a decent economic advantage. He is just now taking that second expansion, though, with this orbital command, but he will be ready and a raring to go, it looks like. Nicely done. But Oneshot, the nice thing for him is he's got a great army size. He's got a good unit count. Let's see what he's got in production. We do have combat shield going down, so he's still going to have a pretty scary army here in just a little bit. There, we can see it right there. DTs, not going to work. We've seen some amazing DT play from DarkChiGo though, so pretty solid stuff. Oh, utilizing the splash damage of the tanks here. Kind of interesting. Making him use all of his energy. Going to be getting quite a few Marine kills. Look at that. 6. 7. 8. Not bad though. DarkChiGo now going to have to back out with his DTs. Let's take a look at units one more time. 46 SCVs now to 35 probes. So nice economic advantage here by Oneshot. He still has a slight army advantage as well, if not by very much, but we are going to have some Archons. Those can be pesky to deal with. And here he is going to be cruising out across the map. We have DTs in the back. It looks like he's going to put those probably in the back of his army. Otherwise, if they go in the front, I mean, this missile turret is just going to have vision of them. So we'll see what's going to happen here. But it looks like DarkChiGo is going to commit to an attack here. Oneshot going to be unsieging here, I think, is a wise decision. I think I would rather just see him unsiege, because he doesn't want to do any splash damage to his own units. But he knows better than I do. What can I say? So maybe it's the right choice. DarkChiGo setting up a pretty nice contain yet again though. I mean, making his opponent have to set up defensively. You know, I'm actually fairly surprised that Oneshot has not gone for any drops, but here comes the main attack. Interesting placement here. So this is what I'm talking about. Oh, we're lifting the tanks up anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Those tanks did a lot of damage to their own units because of all those zealots getting in there so quickly. And DarkChiGo in phenomenal shape right now. This expand is definitely going to go down, and he has got a lot of Archons on the field right now. More DTs on the way. This command center is going to burn down. Yuck. That's all I can say there. That is never any fun. But DarkChiGo doing a phenomenal amount of damage, and down goes the tank. This is it. It looks like DarkChiGo is going to take down this win. There's the GG from Oneshot. So congratulations, DarkChiGo. He is now up 2-1. Phenomenal play there. We are going to be going into game number 4 here in just a moment. Thank you guys for watching. Don't out tab. Always out StarCraft. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We have got live tournament action coming at you right now on MLG's Tal'Darim Altar between DarkChiGo and Oneshot. DarkChiGo actually up 2-1 right now. Phenomenally done there by that gentleman. He is a diamond level player taking on an extremely difficult master level player in Oneshot. Tons and tons of fun. They will be playing on MLG's Tal'Darim Altar. So give me just a moment. I have to shoot out here to let's take a look and see what people are saying on the live stream. I want to hear some noise from you guys. What is going on while we get into this matchup? And we are going to start another tournament while we are finishing up this one. We're going to be starting the Let It Ride tournament, and that is going to be tons of fun. So that's going to be pretty stinking awesome. Let's go back. F5. And start tournament. let's go tell everyone. Alright, let's get into this matchup. Sorry to have to do a little bit of work there. We did have these tournaments overlapping just a little bit, but we are super excited for this final matchup here. I mean, Oneshot and DarkChiGo, just a great matchup here. Super excited here. So let's take a look. DarkChiGo going to be going for a fairly standard opener here yet again. Scouting his opponent at this moment. Do have a barracks standard timing here, it looks like, here for Oneshot as well. He is going to be spawning in the bottom right as Green Terran, and in the top right we have DarkChiGo as the yellow Protoss, switching up the colors just a little bit here. Not bad stuff. They're almost different colors every time, but I know Oneshot likes to stick with his army green. He likes that color, so whenever it is available, that is what he takes. Nicely done. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Who are you guys rooting for out there on the live stream? It looks like there's plenty of you guys watching. I'd like to hear who you think is going to win. Chrono Boost going down on this Stalker and on this Warp Gate technology. We do have double barracks going down here for Oneshot. DarkChiGo taking his expand right now, looking pretty solid. Oneshot going to be sticking with pretty standard play here. It looks like he's going to be going for his concussive shells, Marine Marauder. Not a bad choice, I think, at this point. This expand, however, is going to look pretty solid here for DarkChiGo. Should be completing here right before 6 minutes. Not a bad timing. Not at all. But Oneshot may be going for a one-base play here. I do not see him starting to build anything, and he is going to be cruising out across the map here. This is going to be scouted by this probe sitting at the Zelnaga watchtower. And let's take a look. Hold on, this guy is about to go down. We do have SCVs in the mix. And DarkChiGo has committed his money here to this Nexus, so he may or may not be able to hold this off. We will see. It's going to come down to Micro, but Oneshot doesn't seem to have a big enough army here. It looks like DarkChiGo is going to be in great shape. To be honest, it does look that way, very much so. Going to have to back out here. Look at this, Oneshot having to get out of there as fast as possible. His army taking a beating right now. Nice force fields going down. And it looks like Oneshot's army is going to be cleaned up here by DarkChiGo. Very well done. Twilight Council for DarkChiGo. Might see some Blink Stalkers, and we might see some DTs. DarkChiGo loves himself some DTs. Days by saying he is betting on DarkChiGo. He says 1 Gate Expo plus 4 Warp Gate crushes 2 barracks. I have to agree with you there, man. This is looking like a phenomenal build. He did, however, get supply blocked here for just a moment. Looks like he's going to remedy that. There he goes. But I mean, take a look at units lost. Units lost. Oneshot definitely behind there. Take a look at units. DarkChiGo way ahead in the economy. So, I mean, yeah, I think this is exactly what you're talking about. he is setting himself up very, very well in these matchups to take down a win. So really great play. There is the Dark Shrine. So DT is definitely going to be on the way here. Okay, better just go check. Looks good. There we go. Sorry about that. We are running 2 tournaments at the same time, and I am the only person who does that, so probably not the greatest idea, but I have to do it at this point. We had somebody not able to show up to run the other tournament, which was just a tough situation. So we're trying to do the best we can. We do have some DTs going to be cruising out across the map here, and lucky for Oneshot, he has prepared for this. He knows that DarkChiGo does like that DT play, and he has put down a missile turret here. Nicely done. DTs, though, are going to be extremely pesky. He's got a lot of micro skills with those. He really just mixes them into his army very well. Gets some Archons off of it, which is a great idea against all these bio units. Let's take a look at what Oneshot's going to be doing here for us. But look at this, man. DarkChiGo now taking his third. This is phenomenal position for him. We're 12 minutes into the game. This timing is phenomenal, and it's going to set him up economically so that, I mean, he's just going to be an unstoppable force. DarkChiGo's is ahead in this matchup, is what I'm trying to say, and Oneshot has got a lot of ground to make up. Now, he does have the micro skills for that, but he is definitely going to have to utilize those if he wants to stay in this matchup. I would like to see some maybe drops from him at this point. He hasn't done any of those quite yet in this tournament, so, or at least in this matchup, I guess. He has done some in the tournament, but not in this matchup against DarkChiGo. Which, I mean, I do know that Protoss can be difficult to drop them successfully, but I'd say that it's probably worth a try, especially since he hasn't done it quite yet. And DarkChiGo has been staying very forward with his army, always putting him out just a little bit, and I know that Oneshot's kind of has noticed that, so going to be taking out these rocks. This is good. He's got to stay in this game economically as well. He does, however, need to catch wind of this army that's cruising out across the map here for DarkChiGo. Everybody going to be cruising around the back here. Oh, look at this. DarkChiGo only taking half of his army. Interesting. Trying to get his opponent out of position, potentially. Oneshot does notice what's going on. Looks like he is setting himself up defensively here. I hope that this is going to go well for him for his sake. Charged lots, DTs, Archons. He's got the works. I mean, this army is scary, scary, scary. Those 3 Archons still with almost full plasma shields. Brutal, brutal, brutal. And it looks like DarkChiGo is about to take this tournament down. Unbelievable. Unbelievably well done, I must say. I just don't know that there's anything that Oneshot can do at this point. DarkChiGo just really executed these builds extremely well. We have got to hand it to this man. There's the GG. Very, very well done. Congratulations, DarkChiGo. You will take home $125. And I think that's about it, actually. I think you do live outside the U.S., so you can't receive the knife because I can't ship those overseas. However, congratulations there, Oneshot. Boy, that was awesome stuff, man. You will take home $75. So congratulations there for making second. But I know you were probably shooting for first, but I can't blame you there. But you still did extremely well. Much appreciated. Thank you guys, making this tournament just kick off wonderfully. Don't alt-tab, always alt-StarCraft. We will see you guys sometime. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack bringing you live tournament action between DarkChiGo and Oneshot. Game number 5. And now the pressure is on Oneshot. He has got to continue, or he has got to win a game here, or he is going to be out of the tournament. It is best of 7. DarkChiGo up to 3 wins right now. Oneshot does have a win of his own, but that means the pressure is on. He has got to start taking these wins down. He has chosen this map. I hope that this is going to work out well for him. But DarkChiGo just really has got his number with this DT Archon play over and over and over again. Phenomenal play from DarkChiGo. Not often we get to see that against a Terran player, and it is just working beautifully. Fun stuff to see, and I'm just really pleased to see how effective it can be. I'm going to start implementing it into my gameplay. I can tell you that right now. Going to be nice stuff. Let's take a look at what we've got on the live stream. Hopefully there's some people laughing at me for making that mistake, thinking best of 5 and going best of 7. But yeah, I mean, totally good stuff there. Let's take a look at this real quick, make sure we're okay. Yes, we are. Alrighty. Beautiful. Alright, DarkChiGo going to be spawning as yellow in the top right. Bottom left is Oneshot spawning as green. Of course, this is a 2-player map we all know and love. MLG's version of Xel'Naga Caverns. But pretty solid stuff. Let's take a look here. It looks like we're going to be going straight for some refinery action here. And a barracks. Looks like almost 50% complete there. Gateway going down. Standard timing yet again from DarkChiGo. And from this point, I don't think we can expect much more than phenomenal Blink Stalker DT Archon play from this guy. I mean, he is really committed to that play, it looks like. He has perfected a build that, you know, I haven't really seen before, and it's just been amazing stuff. So, phenomenal play. Continuing to scout each other here. We've got the orbital command going down. Cybernetics core. Good stuff. Pretty standard timings at this point, though. It appears do have a factory on the way for Oneshot. Let's take a look. We better watch production tabs, see what's going down. We do have warp gate technology being chronoed as well as the stalker here. So good stuff. This is what we've come to expect from DarkChiGo. He really has got a build order that he's committed to, and I like that. I like to see players that have a build that they can make stick in, you know, over and over again. So it's well practiced. I think that's neat. Now, Oneshot is kind of interesting because he can make things happen in a lot of different scenarios with his micro. But DarkChiGo really giving him a run for his money. Are we going to see a starport here? Yes, we are. We do have a reactor going down on this barracks. Another gas. Maybe going to see cloaked banshees. I am assuming at this point. Well, maybe not. We shall see. DarkChiGo does have triple gateways right now. 4 gateways, never mind. That is 4 gates. However, he has expanded behind this, so this is not like a true 4-gate or something like that. But fairly fast expand here. He got that down a little bit before the 5-minute mark. Oneshot going to be setting up defensively in his base here with a bunker. Cruising out across the map with a Hellion, mostly for scouting, I assume at this point. Probably doesn't expect to do tons of damage with this at the mineral lines. Probably not even expecting to take it into the base. Just to poke in, see what he can see. He is going to see this expand. And that guy not lasting very much longer. Nice control there by DarkChiGo. Now has got a pretty substantial force here. Looks like he is going to be pushing out across the map. He is bringing a probe with him. He's probably going to be setting up a forward pylon. Could be effective. Oneshot going to be sticking with what appears to be tank marine here for just a little bit. And a Banshee going right now as well. Looks like there's one already headed out across the field. Indeed, there is. There's the pylon. For DarkChiGo, reinforcements will be short behind. Zealots going to be super effective here. One tank going down. Oh, two tanks going down. Oh my goodness. Having to pull all of these SCVs. Oneshot just in tremendous trouble here yet again. Reinforcements for DarkChiGo going to be here in short order again. My goodness. DarkChiGo and his timing attacks are phenomenal. Siege Tech finally up for Oneshot. Is he going to be able to get some tanks in good position here to hold off these attacks? My goodness, this has just been brutal assaults, one after the other from DarkChiGo on Oneshot, and he is honestly having some serious trouble figuring out DarkChiGo's gameplay. I mean, these are slightly different timings than what we would normally see. Oh, one of these Banshees going down. Looks like he did get a couple kills there from these Banshees. So not bad harass there. DarkChiGo still keeping this forward position, however, so kind of interesting. Oneshot not gearing up for an expand yet either, so this is interesting, and this is not what I've come to expect from Oneshot, to be honest. I've come to expect him to be playing much more methodically, taking his expand at the correct times, if you will, like, you know, what we would consider a standard timing. I mean, he's not really been able to do that because of DarkChiGo's just insane forward position here, but Oneshot is going to be able to hold on here, so nice play there. Marine's going to be doing a severe amount of damage, it looks like. And good movement out there by Oneshot. Is going to be taking control of this area once again. Probably going to be expanding right away, I would assume, at this point. Where did his other Banshee go? It is still there. It still only has 5 kills. Here he goes. Going to be poking in here yet again. 1 kill. 2, 3, 4, and down. Not bad, that's for sure. Oneshot going to be getting aggressive here. Looks like he's going to be cruising out across the map here. He does have a siege tank, a large amount of Marines, a couple SCVs. He does have a Banshee as well. This is a nice looking force. Let's take a look at what DarkChiGo has for defense. It's going to come down to force fields. Does he have enough in him to keep good force fields? Here comes the Banshee. Gonna have to back out there, it looks like. That tank needed to be sieged there. Streaming units across the map here for Oneshot. Nice push here by Oneshot. It looks like he may be able to clean up pretty good here for just a little while. Doing quite a bit of damage here. This expand is definitely going to go down. Oneshot just now expanding behind this, as we can see here. Siege tanks in a good forward position. Needs something to spot the high ground. There goes a scan. Is going to be blasting that photon cannon away. Down it goes. Stemming some, well, not stemming, but walking some Marines up here to the high ground. Pretty solid stuff. Tanks having a heyday, blasting away at these units. It looks like Oneshot is going to be taking this win down here. I don't think DarkChiGo is going to be able to hold on. His army is almost non-existent at this point, and Oneshot has got way too many Marines in his base on the high ground. Here comes another tank up on the high ground now. Going to be sieging up right here, happily blasting away. Probes being pulled here to try and make this stick, and there's the GG. So good job there by Oneshot. We'll be going into game number, well, let's see, what are we on now? 2 to 3, so 5. That means we're going into game 6. Woohoo! See you guys in just a bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We are headed into Game 6 in today's final matchup in the best of 7 between Oneshot and DarkChiGo here on MLG Shattered Temple. I am extremely excited about this matchup so far. These guys have just done a phenomenal job. Lots of back and forth. DarkChiGo really bringing it to the table with his very interesting DT Archon Blink Stalker play over and over again. Really neat stuff. Actually, in that last matchup, I don't even think he got a DT Shrine down. However, Oneshot did win that one fairly quickly with a fairly early timing push. Pretty solid amount of Marines doing quite a bit of damage. Really, really well done there. But DarkChiGo, my goodness, the underdog in this matchup too. Really bringing it to the table. As I said before, I love repeating myself. However, he is doing a phenomenal job, so we do have to give him a lot of credit for that. Oneshot here going to be gearing up. He is down 1 game right now. He has 2 wins to his opponent's 3. So game 6 is going to be the deciding factor, potentially, if DarkChiGo takes the win down. Otherwise, we will go to game 7, which will always be fun. I love it when we go to game 7. It is my absolute favorite. But pretty decent back and forth here between these two players. Barracks going down, no wall in as expected from DarkChiGo. Good building placement here, I would say. Going up against a Terran player. There goes the gas. Oneshot going to be scouting here now. Nice patrol pattern. SCVs are so beefy. That's what cracks me up. They're a pretty hefty little unit. Now, we probably will be seeing our standard play from DarkChiGo. There goes the cybernetics. Yes, we are indeed seeing standard play yet again from both players. I like these safe moves, early in the tournament, especially when we're in the finals like this. These guys not wanting to give any extra ground. Does have this Marine out, going to be getting that scout out of there. Nicely done. However, is he going to get the last shot off? No, he's not. DarkChiGo scooting it around in an arc so that he is not in range there. Nicely done. Going to be setting up back here to put down a proxy pylon eventually, it looks like. Nicely done there as well. So bets, I'd like to see who people are betting on. I'm assuming days by. I'm assuming that you're going to be going for Oneshot here yet again. Don't blame me there. Oneshot definitely a favorite in these tournaments. We've seen him quite a bit in the Alt StarCraft tournament scene. He does a phenomenal job playing. Look at him, he's still cruising around here. There, a sentry first. No zealot. Interesting difference. Usually we see DarkChiGo going for zealot right away. However, he is going to be going for a sentry first this time. Interesting. Chrono boosting out his cybernetics. He does have 3 gates on the ground right now. And Marines and Marauders. Pretty standard here from Oneshot again. Like to see it. Concussive shells, not a bad play here, I would say. This SCV barely squeaking out of there with 3 HP left. Lucky, lucky guy. Warp gate tech going to be completing here in just a moment. And we are going to have 3 gates. We'll see if he's going to use that offensively. Looks like he may. Oh my goodness. What do we have here? Ah, a proxy Stargate. That's always interesting. So this is really the first big time, the big difference we've seen in gameplay from DarkChiGo. Interested to see what he's going to be chronoing out here. He is going to be getting Void Rays. Nice choice, I would say. He is going to want to mix those in his army, however. Probably not try and just use them as a, as a harassment tool. That can be bad for your health, potentially, against a Terran player, especially one who has got quite a few Marines on the field. But we'll see what he's got in store for us. Here we do have movement. Looks like he is indeed going to be cruising out across the map, leaving this sentry back here for force field placement should his opponent choose to try and move forward here. First Void Ray is out on the field. Is he going to have a second on the way for us here in just a moment? No, he is not. Going to be pressing the attack with 1 Void Ray. Interesting stuff here. Looks as though Oneshot will be prepared for this, though. Maybe not. That was good force fielding there. Yeah, and Days By is saying that he's probably going to do this, that DarkChiGo is probably going to try and expand behind this. I think you're absolutely correct there. I'd like to see this command center lifted off and move it out of the way. There we go. But Oneshot taking a beating here. He's lost quite a few units. Let's take a look at what that does look like on units lost. 875 resources worth lost there. Brutal, brutal, brutal. He does, however, have stim going down. That is going to be super effective. I would like to see the expand from DarkChiGo here at any moment. This seems a little late, and he is not producing any probes behind this. So maybe he's thinking he's going to commit to this attack, I'm guessing, and try and make this stick here for a win. Bunker is going to go down. The Void Ray is charged up, but is having to back out there. It's getting extremely low on HP. Boy, I could not even tell you who's going to win this game. That is for sure, but it looks as though DarkChiGo is going to be held off here. I think Oneshot has got enough Marines to defend this now. The attack looks like it will go one more time at least here with these Stalkers. We still have not seen another Void Ray come out yet, so that's kind of interesting. DarkChiGo may commit one more attack here. Sentry's a very good choice here. As long as he can get good force field placement, he may be okay. It will definitely depend, but the timing of this is going to run out for him as soon as these bunkers are up. He is going to have just a little bit of trouble. And here comes another Void Ray. He did finally get out another Void Ray here, so not a bad deal. Ooh, good force fields. That's pretty stinking well done, I would say. We need to get these guys out of the bunkers here, it looks like. I think is going to be an appropriate time to do so. Unbelievable. This attack by DarkChiGo really starting to stick. Look at this. I mean, he's just committing to this. Let's take a look at units tab here for just a moment. Oneshot does have slightly more, but I mean, he's losing so many minerals for defense here that it is just becoming brutal. He did get stim out. I'd like to see him stim over here with a bunch of Marines and just brutalize this Void Ray. That would make me kind of happy right now. It's always painful to see somebody just getting waylaid by a Void Ray. Almost getting the snipe. That Void Ray going to be fairly useless here for just a little while yet. But another is on the way to replace it should it go down. Oneshot getting some Vikings out on the field. Not a bad deal here. One more. Two, I think, is probably going to be plenty. I don't think I'd commit to too many. Movement right up the ramp here. Is this going to stick? Does not look so. Looks like Oneshot cleaning up there in pretty decent style. Going to have to still be here defensively. Units tab going to show 30 SCVs now to 23 probes. I think that Oneshot has indeed held off this stuff, this attack, and this is not going to go well for DarkChiGo at this moment. This attack will definitely be held off, it appears. Does not appear to be up in the air any longer. Let's put it that way. I think Oneshot is in good situation now. That was a smart idea, I think, to get out a couple Vikings. I hope he does not overcommit to those. That would be a problem. However, he does have, I think, the right number at this point. Now, oh, look at this. Perfect switch. He is going to be switching to Medivacs. So I think this is good timing there. Does have this Viking he's going to be able to use for some scouting to see what's going on out here. He does see the army size, knows that he should be in fairly decent shape. DarkChiGo looks like he is gearing up for a hidden expansion. Indeed he is. Factory cruising in here to the main of DarkChiGo, seeing a Nexus, which we haven't seen in a while, but does have full energy on it, so no chrono boost being used here at all for DarkChiGo. Would like to see him utilizing that, but he has got to get himself back in this game economically. Units tab showing he is at 25, Oneshot now at 34. And look at this, we do have infantry armor level 1 going down, combat shield going down. Oneshot going to be in pretty solid shape here. Just a moment. Ah, very good. Nicely planned attack here. DarkChiGo will be losing this entire army. That was good elevatoring downward motion, so that's what we like to see. I mean, you don't always have to elevator up. Sometimes the elevators do go down, and that is a great example of that. A very, very well done attack there. Well planned out, well executed, I must say. And units tab, let's take a look here real quick. 25 probes for DarkChiGo. He is starting to fall behind in the economy, as we can see. Oneshot cruising out across the map here. He has not taken out this Stargate. I'd like to see him scouting for around for where the Stargate is. He didn't see it in his opponent's main, so he ought to be looking for that and try and take it out. He does not want to have any, kind of clutch Void Rays coming in the back of his base. But uh-oh, elevator drop. We do have DTs on the field. This is a nice, it's a pretty decent response. And here comes the attack, it looks like. Is going to see the DT immediately. Nice scan, pretty stinking clutch. and stopping mining here. This is going to be brutal. Not much mining going on at the other base for DarkChiGo, and I'm thinking this is going to be game. So congratulations, Oneshot, evening up the score. It is about to be 3-3, which means we are going to go into Game 7. I love it, I love it, I love it. There's the GG from DarkChiGo. Congratulations, Oneshot. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt-tab, always alt-StarCraft. We will see you guys in just a moment for Game 7. Woohoo! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. Super excited to be bringing you the final game in the best of 7 matchup in the finals of this month's Alt Tournament. That is the All League Tournament, Alt July 2011. We are about to watch Oneshot versus DarkChiGo, battling it out on a brutally sized map. This is GSL's Curvas. Love it, love it, love it. A nice map pick here by DarkChiGo, I would say. I think this is a very, very balanced map for this matchup, Protoss versus Terran. So I'm interested to see how people are going to be betting on these players. I want to see some action out there on the live stream. Let's hear everybody's vote. If you're on there and listening and able to chat, type in your vote if you're voting for Oneshot or DarkChiGo to win this game. I would like to see what people are thinking. I mean, this has been a phenomenal matchup. DarkChiGo got some very, very interesting play styles. Oneshot, as we can see, starting to be able to react to that. So, I mean, phenomenal, phenomenal stuff here. 3-3, and going to Game 7 in a best of 7 is got to be relatively rare when it comes down to it. But I mean, I guess in the finals, maybe not so much. But I mean, we did do that in the last month's Alt June tournament. So, I mean, it happens, I guess, on occasion, but tons and tons of fun to watch. I mean, this is so much more fun than, you know, a 3-win streak or something like that, where you just obliterate your opponent, because now the pressure is on both of these players. All right, there we go. We got action out on the live stream. Crusher rooting for Protoss. But saying that Oneshot is a good player, he is correct. Both of these guys, phenomenal players. Props to DarkChiGo. He is a diamond level player. And so really giving, I mean, this is upset material when it comes down to it. I mean, Oneshot is not a picnic, I can tell you that. He is a high-level master player, which means he is ripe to be moving into the Grandmasters League. He did not make it in Season 3, but he is extremely good. And look at this. Standard timings here so far, it looks like, from Oneshot yet again. They are in long cross positions all the way across this extremely large map. Standard timing so far from DarkChiGo as well. 1 gas so far for each player. Excuse me. Here come the Marines. There is another barracks. Interesting stuff. Looks like this probe may escape here. Yes, it will. Now, the interesting thing I do need to point out about this map, this expand up here only has 6 mineral patches, but it does have a rich Vespene geyser, which makes it fairly advantageous to take. I mean, usually, you know, taking gold, you know the value that you get from being able to mine minerals that much faster with one single, you know, with every single SCV or harvester. And you get that same thing from a rich Vespene geyser. It helps you harvest the gas that much faster. So you can really get a lot more done that way with only 3 SCVs or harvesters, if you will, committed to 1 Vespene patch. So it can be extremely advantageous. Interested to see if Oneshot will take it. However, we do see DarkChiGo taking one right now. There it goes. Looks like he will potentially be going for that rich Vespene geyser. But right now we do have 4 gateways. Chronos going down, it appears, on the cybernetics core. Yes, they are. Solid, solid stuff here. And Oneshot going to be taking his expand as well. So 2 base to 2 base. Both of these guys taking advantage of the rich Vespene geyser. A reactor and a tech lab. No combat shield or stim pack going down quite yet for Oneshot. He does. That's the interesting thing I do want to note about Oneshot's gameplay is he doesn't rush into his upgrades a lot of the time. I don't think he necessarily gets them late. He just doesn't rush into them. He's utilizing the minerals beforehand for the units first, and then he goes into the upgrades and tries to make it a timing attack. So it's actually very well done. And you can see now that he is going to be getting Stim Pack out. We'll see if he will mount a timing attack off of this. It is quite possible. But DarkChiGo not in poor position, that is for sure. He is setting up a forward pylon here, looking to make something happen with potential Blink Stalkers, I'm guessing. Or is he going to get a Dark Shrine? And go for his favorite Dark Templar play. He does a lot of Dark Templar play. It's actually pretty neat stuff. Oh yeah, there's the Dark Shrine right there. Sure enough, we are about to see some DT. Now, is Oneshot going to be prepared for this? That is the question. He does have double orbital commands now, so tossing down a scan should be fairly easy for him. However, it would probably be better if he did get a missile turret, which he is. Unbelievable. So this guy, very, very good at judging his opponent. We've seen lots and lots of DT play, and Oneshot just saying, you know what, I'm not going to risk it. I am going to be tossing down a missile turret fairly early on, so that if he does go DTs, I will be able to see that. And this is just phenomenal. He could put this back actually just a little bit further. It would be, you know what, it would be better. Now I'll tell you why, because here's what happens. If this one was back here, and its range is, say, out to here, right? Then the vision would start, say, right here, and that's exactly what you want. You want that DT to make it all the way up the ramp, and then as soon as the vision is there, that it goes down. DTs, this guy not going to last very long when he gets up this ramp here. Ooh, good reaction there by DarkChiGo. But then there is the other side of it. Then the missile turret would not be able to scout these guys down here on the low ground. So, you know what, when it comes down to it, Oneshot knows exactly what he's doing, and that was very, very well done. But, I mean, it just depends on which way you want to look at it, I guess. But there's always some fun things that can be done. DarkChiGo, let's take a look at Units tab here for just a moment. DarkChiGo macroing up pretty heavy. Looks like he is going to be committing to an attack here. He is at 40 probes right now, to his opponent's 35. However, Oneshot does have those mules, so the economy, let's take a look at income, fairly stinking even. Actually, Oneshot actually beating him because of the mule advantage. But look at this DT happily whacking away here at this destructible debris. Oneshot setting up defensively here yet again, knows how aggressive DarkChiGo wants to be in these games, and likes to just kind of sit back and try and make it happen. And it's almost reverse roles of what you would normally expect in a Protoss versus Terran matchup. Usually what you see is the Terran player being a little bit more aggressive, potentially, trying to utilize their extremely effective Marauders. Look at this, Factory going to be scouting the low ground. He wants to see the size of this army. I do not blame him there at all. He is going to see 3 Archons. There are quite a few Zealots in this army, which will be super effective. But, boy, DarkChiGo saying, get that building out of my vision. I do not want to see it there. Trying to attack it. Absolutely. Getting that sucker out of there. But nice defensive position here by Oneshot. Let's take a look at Units tab here for just a moment. Now Oneshot does have the economic advantage, the Harvester advantage, 43 to 40, and he still can utilize the mules. However, he is going to be saving his energy here wisely, I would say, for his scans. There's plenty on this orbital command for a couple scans, which I think is extremely smart at this point. He does have some medevacs out on the field. More medevacs on the way. This is looking great. Look at this base, man. He has got a lot of unit producing structures here. And DarkChiGo, this is interesting to me that he is not expanding behind this. Here we are, 12-minute mark. This would be a great time for him to expand while he has got his opponent contained and not doing so. So, interesting play here. Looks like he is continuing to warp in units here on the low ground, wanting to commit to this attack, a 2-base play. And here comes the attack right now. Is it going to stick? all those Archons still in great shape. Too many Zealots still on the field. It looks as though Oneshot might be in a lot of trouble here. Is he going to be able to hold on? My goodness. DarkChiGo, phenomenal stuff there. That was a well-planned out attack. Plenty of Archons there for tank. Doing a great job. Having to pull SCVs here from Oneshot. Brutal, brutal, brutal. And he is saying it's funny. He's going to say something else. But it appears that he has lost this game. A little bit of bad manners, it looks like, from Oneshot. Not a big deal here. That has just got to be a frustrating thing. This Dark Templar play is, I think, actually fairly brilliant. So congrats to DarkChiGo. Very, very well done there. And, I mean, he worked for this. This was not an easy matchup. I mean, Oneshot, rather, is extremely difficult player to take on. So, phenomenal stuff. I mean, congratulations to DarkChiGo. Congratulations to Oneshot. I mean, he did make $75 by placing second in this tournament, so not bad deal there. But wonderful, wonderful stuff. And we probably could call this game at this point. We'll just wait here, courtesy-wise, for Oneshot to go ahead and give us the GG. Not a big deal. But DarkChiGo, wow, wow, wow. Congrats, congrats, congrats. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have determined Alt July's 2011 winner. It is DarkChiGo, a Protoss player. Congratulations, sir. You will be taking home $125. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. Thank you, gentlemen, for playing in this tournament. What a wonderful time we've had. Don't alt tab, always alt StarCraft. We will see you guys next time.